welcome to the video. Today we're going to be talking about exponential growth. And from a marketing standpoint, from a targeting standpoint, these four things here are going to change business. They're going to change marketing. It's already happening. That structural change that we talked about. That boulder has already been pushed to the top of the hill, and it's going down the other side. You can't stop it. It's happening with or without us, with or without me, with or without you. It's changing the way that every company does business. I mean, this isn't theory anymore. This is fact. And these four concepts here are at the heart of this structural change: sensors, networks, infinite computing, and AI machine learning. Now, all a sensor really is just a device or a sensor that detects information like temperature, vibration, radiation, or what we've been kind of talking about in these past few videos, behavior, right? URL level navigation, right? That's behavior. Keyword search, campaign response, behavior. Social media, behavior. Mobile behavior, right? Buying behavior, content consumption, transaction behavior, right? Sensors in your browser, sensors in your computer, relay that information to be tracked and analyzed through pattern recognition, right? And machine learning. More on that as we go. And those sensors are connected to a network. The network just allows you to transmit the data, right? Now think about this, right? Right now we're in a 15, 17 billion sensor economy. Gartner, one of the largest consulting companies in the world, predicts we're going to be at 1 trillion sensor economy within the next 3 years. Now, as far as networks are concerned, you've got all these big companies in the world that are building, networks, right? Google, Facebook, Qualcomm, XPRIZE, right? This means you're going to be able to connect more sensors, right? Just what Gartner just said. I mean, 1 trillion. Those are all going to be connected to the network. Some network somewhere, right? All these big companies building out networks, right? Facebook building out, Messenger, Facebook Messenger. More and more people are using these networks to communicate. Think 5 years ago, you couldn't make a phone call through Facebook Messenger. Well, now you can, right? That's a network, right? And you think there's sensors in there? You think Facebook knows when you're making phone calls through their platform? Yeah, you better believe it. When you connect to the network, it just collects information and just pass it along the line of the network, so we can, and you plug into that infinite computing, which is just this computational power that's abundant and powerful, right? And it's available through these companies like Amazon and IBM, right? We have infinite computing. And then you add into that this machine learning component, right? All machine learning is, right? And I'm going to not go into the deep end here. I could spend hours just on this topic alone. But think about it. Machines by default are dumb, right? I mean, like, think of an Excel spreadsheet. It's just sitting there. Like, when you put data into it, then you put more data into it, and then you show it, different things to analyze or different calculations to perform, then it can get smarter, right? The more information you give it, the better you can get with that program, right? Well, think of that on a bigger behavioral standpoint, right? Online behavior, URL navigation, keyword search. Think about something you use, at least once a week right now. You probably have a Netflix account, right? As you watch programs on Netflix, it starts recommending other things to watch, right? And just the more things you watch, it just continues to learn more and more, and continues to optimize for your behavior or the things that you watch, right? So from a marketing and business standpoint, the same principles apply. We can analyze what you do online, analyze behavior, and then look for patterns, right? Sensors in the web pages you visit send a signal through a network, and then through infinite computing power, we can analyze a massive amount of data and determine a wide variety of buying behavior across multiple verticals, right? So if you only did this for one person or one prospect, you wouldn't learn very much. But if you could do it for multiple hundreds, what about thousands or even millions of prospects or people? What that machine learning algorithm does, it just allows us to predict who's in market, who's currently seeking the outcome you sell, the product you sell, who's currently shopping for the service that your business delivers, right? We can predict what people are going to buy. And we're tracking 15 to 25 billion behaviors per day across 5 billion URLs, right? We bring in that behavior, that navigation behavior, that keyword search that comes to us in real time. We feed it into our machine and we analyze for patterns, right? So if we can analyze multiple patterns across a wide variety of URLs and a wide variety of behaviors, we can find buying patterns, right? And that's really where the magic is, and that's what's happening right now in the marketplace today. And it's not just us, right? I mean, look at what's happened over the last 18, 19 years, right? I mean, 18 years ago, 19 years ago, GM, Walmart, Exxon, Ford, and GE were the top 5 companies. Well, now, because of identity resolution and technology, a shift has happened, right? Not that these other 5 from the year 2000 aren't still big companies, but they got dethroned, and they got dethroned because of technology. Apple, Google, Amazon, Microsoft, and Facebook are now the top companies in the world because of technology. They're analyzing behavior, right? And if you ask me, you can remember this for a few years from now. My prediction is that Amazon is going to be the king of the hill before too long because they are product agnostic. They don't care what you buy as long as you buy it from them, right? How many times have you gone to, buy something on Amazon, and right before you get to the end, they put some product that you already need in front of you? So they're essentially increasing cart value every time you go shop with them, right? And so, and again, it's not just us. It's all big companies are doing it. Banks, retailers, e-commerce. This is the direction everything is going. Most people think growth in terms of linear, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So if you took 30 linear steps, it would be 30 steps, right? So think back to when you were younger, right? Think back to VHS or beta, right? Nobody could sit there and say, oh, I can't wait till Netflix, takes over and puts Blockbuster out of business, right? I mean, you didn't think that, your mind couldn't necessarily comprehend it, right? So what's happening is this is exponential now. Back then it wasn't as dramatic. Like it went from Sony Walkmans to CD players, or went from Betamax to VHS. It went from VHS to discs or laser discs, which didn't last very long. But new products, it was incremental, right? It was linear, right? In today's world, technology has gone exponential, right? Anything that can be represented with ones and zeros jumps on that exponential growth curve, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 16, it just keeps going, right? The same 30 linear steps represented exponentially would be 1 billion, right? So that's what's happening right now. The world we're in right now is exponential growth, right? All these new sensors are coming online. Networks are getting bigger. They're getting faster. More and more sensors, more and more networks are being produced. So when you hear this term Internet of Things, all we're really talking about is the extension of the internet to objects, right? You have devices in your home. You have cell phones, right? You have laptops. You have computers. You might have a smart TV. Maybe you have a doorbell like a video doorbell that's connected to your internet, or you have a thermostat that's now smart, or this Nest thermostat, or whatever. Lots of thermostats are doing it now. Like we have this smart home thing going on where everything's connected to the internet, which is just a network. Those are all part of the Internet of Things, right? And more devices are coming online, right? We're soon to be in a 1 trillion sensor economy. So our machine just takes in all this data and just analyze it, right? And as these new sensors and networks come online, it just gives us and companies like us more data to analyze. And because of the way we do it, we're connecting these buying signals, these behaviors, we're connecting it to a personal identifier for each prospect, right? So we can market to them in a people-based way, right? We can match all this buying behavior to previous purchases. We call that a conversion profile. What behaviors lead to a purchase, right? This is what we do for our clients, right? Data is the new gold rush. You may have heard that data is worth more than oil, and data is for sale, right? People ask me all the time, how do we get all this data? Well, we buy it. I mean, and that's why people are building so many sensors and so many networks, because of the economic value of doing so. And this is what we do every single day, right? We're already doing this for Fortune 500 companies all the way down to the one-man business. And all this technology, right, it's super cool, super crazy, super sexy, but that by itself is not going to help you win, right? You still, the business principles of building a relationship before you sell still apply, right? You still have to build trust. You still have to start a conversation. You still have to educate your customers. You still have to apply human business principles into the process, and that's what makes our company better, right? We combine this super futuristic technology with proven business and conversion principles. You know, we're better because of the way we apply and use this technology. You know, we're still helping people solve problems. We communicate first. We have real conversations with people. We're building trust, right? We educate people before we ask them to buy. And that's what we show our clients how to do, right? And that entire relationship building process, that entire, you know, starting a conversation, education, building trust, all that can be done digitally through sensors and networks, right? So when you get on the phone with us, if we haven't already explained it to you in the last few videos, we will be more than happy to walk you through that, okay? But what this really allows us to do is, right, we look at the marketplace, and we can take a good look at the marketplace, and we can look out, you know, at behaviors, right? Imagine each of these colors being a behavior or a vertical or a purchase path, right? If you looked at this quickly, you might not be able to say how many were red. But think of your product being the red, right? If you just looked at a small sample size, you might be able to, you know, point them out, right? You might be able to figure out if you stop for a second and really look. Now, just imagine if that grid was, you know, 500,000 people or 5 million, right? That's why this infinite computing is so powerful, right? If you knew what you were looking for, you could do it. But if, you know, who's going to be able to sit there and be able to pick out, you know, what if it was 5 million or 25 million, right? That's what this technology allows us to do, right? The color red represents the prospects, the customers that are actively pursuing a purchase of what you sell, right? They're actively pursuing the outcome that you deliver, right? And that's what this technology allows us to do. We identify the red shirts. We are identifying buying behavior. And so when we're collecting this 25 billion plus pieces of behavior, and we know the people by name, all we have to do is feed it into a computer with machine learning, and we can build a profile, right? We can build a behavior profile. So it's like we're not looking for the gold, we're not looking for the gray, we're not looking for the blue, we're only looking for the red. And so what we do is we take those red prospects, or those with the highest probability to close, or the highest probability of profit, and we only target those people with your marketing, right? We're only going to invest ad spend, we're only going to invest direct mail, we're only going to invest phone calls, we're only going to invest marketing capital, energy into those in-market leads, those in-funnel leads. Now, whether you bring that list to Google or Facebook and ask for a lookalike, which is something we'll show you here shortly, that's going to give you the highest probability of profit, right? There's 7 ways to grow a business, right? The first one is to get new customers, right? This is going to help you do that, because we're going to be able to get your customers at a lower acquisition, because you're not investing a pile of money. You're not paying Facebook and Google for the targeting, right? You're bringing the targeting to them. You're not advertising to the haystack, right? You're only advertising to the needle. And then when they get to your website, our technology is going to tell you who's on your website, that you can make, you know, a special offer to just those people that are already on your site. Like, they're very close to buying, right? So you can have a specific offer for the people that are closest to you in terms of proximity to sale, right? And now the second way to increase profit is to increase the transaction value, right? So as I said earlier, when you go to Amazon, how many times have you seen that last second banner for something that you're in market for, right? You know, maybe it's that toothbrush. Oh, thanks, Amazon, for reminding me that I needed underwear, a toothbrush, or whatever it is, right? Jeans, hair products, all that stuff. That stuff is there for a reason, right? They have this thing down to a science. And when you get on the phone with us, we're going to show you all 7 ways and how it applies to your business and your customers. All right. So think about this. So let's say you wanted to expand your product line, right, or add new services. Maybe you want to add an upsell or some type of cross-sell within your business, within your sales process. Well, guess what? If I can track behavior for your existing products, I can do it for anything else you create in the future as well, right? As long as the 2 things exist we talked about in previous videos, right? We talked about this. Where do sales start? If the sales starts online with some type of research, if there's some type of, clicks or, URL navigation or keyword searches happening, and if they visit your website prior to purchase, right, I can help you go to market with new products and services, right? We're tracking people across 5 billion URLs. So as long as those 2 questions are true, I can help you, right? Same thing goes if you wanted to buy another company, right? If you bought out another company, they're going to have products and services already in there, right? Same principle applies. We can track the behavior of those customers, right? Think about it like this. If you're a car company that does, auto loans, right? So you know automobiles and you can lend money on automobiles, but maybe you want to, get into yacht financing or boat financing or something, right? I can help you, right? We have 25 billion behaviors that we're tracking, 15, 17 billion sensor economy on our way to 1 trillion, right? We're going to be able to help you, right? Everything we do is custom. The last thing you want to know about this is residual value, right? You want to get value out of your resources, right? You probably have lots, dozens upon dozens of resources that your company has that you're not currently monetizing. Let's talk about one for a second. Let's say you're right now paying for people to come to your website, right? Whether it's through Google, Facebook, referral partners, you're paying money, you're investing time and money into getting people to come to your website, right? Well, if you're using current retargeting technology, then you're on the clock. You have a limited opportunity to close the deal, right? So if you're using our technology, not only can we make it permanent, but we're going to be able to take that prospect and we're going to be able to go into our behavior database, right? 25 billion pieces of behavior and growing. And we're going to be able to build out a chronological path to purchase, right? That's called a custom conversion profile. And we're going to be able to do that for every conversion that you have, every product that you have. And so we can build out an algorithm specifically for your company, right? And for every product, every service, every value proposition that you have. And it's only getting bigger. This technology, that's why we're talking about infinite computing. It's only going to get bigger, right? Sensors are only going to grow, right? Exponential. It's doubling. It's infinite computing. It's exponential technology. And each of those items is just they're just tools, right? And if each one of them is growing exponentially, it means they're just getting faster. The speed at which they're getting faster is getting faster, right? The law of acceleration. And we're building and using faster tools to build faster tools, right? The current computer you have, when you first, got a computer, or just even think of the internet, how long it took to connect to the internet, right? Remember that AOL, the dial-up sound? It took, 10, 15 minutes sometimes to get to the connected. And sometimes it wouldn't even connect. You'd have to cancel, restart. So now it's instant, right? Things are not slowing down, right? This is only going to get faster, right? This structural change, right? I would say disruption, but I think the disruption already happened, right? So if anybody in marketing, if you're talking to any marketing company, if they don't tell you to use people-based marketing, anybody worth their salt should be telling you about people-based marketing, meaning you need to be able to recognize that person, that prospect, on all devices, on any marketing platform, online or offline. You need to be using machine learning. You need to be paying attention to sensors and networks and how fast this whole thing is growing. Behavioral targeting, right? It's going to allow you to see people coming, but it's also going to let you know where they're about to go and what they're about to do, right? And so that's what our technology does. Seeks out those reds, seeks out those ideal customers that are already in market for what you do. So there's 3 ways in which we can help you. Now, we can provide the in-market targeting, right? These are the prospects that we've been talking about. You probably heard me say it a dozen times in the last 3-4 videos. These are the prospects that are already exhibiting buying behavior, right? They're already pursuing a purchase of what you sell, that they're actively searching for the outcome that you deliver. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to give that to you in a format that allows it to be permanent, right? So you're in control, right? We've talked about that, own and control, right? And it's portable to any platform, online or offline, Facebook, Google, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Amazon, Pinterest, LinkedIn, email retargeting, direct mail, even door knocking, calling, phone calling, because you know who they are, right? And it's 100% sales match accountability, right? You've heard me talk about that. And that's the basic fundamental of in-market targeting. We can go on that. We can go a little deeper into that, on our phone call. The second thing here is in-funnel leads. In-funnel leads are those prospects, those people that are not only actively pursuing a purchase of what you sell, but they're actively pursuing it from you, right? They're in your store, they're on your property, right? There's truly no better lead in the world. And you might say, yeah, you can retarget them, right? But guess what? It's not permanent, right? You can't, if you're running Facebook ads, you can't call Facebook and say, hey, give me the names and numbers of those people, right? You can't take that list and then market it on other platforms, right? They won't allow you to do that because that's baked into their profit model, right? They charge you for that, and they're not going to give you that information even though they have it, right? And then remember what we said, right? Sales match accountability. The 2 things you have to have when someone is ready to buy from you, you have to be top of mind, right? You have to be in a relationship. If you own and control the targeting, you own and control the amount of conversations that you're able to have when these people go in market, right? So you're able to control that conversation and that conversion profile at a lower cost than your competitors. And so the last thing here is the behavioral lookalike. Now, this is important because if you're able to take your in-funnel and or in-market leads and take that to Google and Facebook and do a lookalike match, all right, you're basically uploading your list to these platforms. LinkedIn's coming soon, Amazon's coming soon. There's other ones you're gonna be able to do this for that are coming online, the big boys on the block, so to speak. Imagine uploading your list to Google and saying, hey, give me a behavioral lookalike on the red, right? You already know who the red is. You're going to them and saying, hey, give me, common behaviors, right? So essentially what the platform will be able to do is look at those behaviors. You're just saying, give me more red people, right? They're going to be able to look at those behaviors and match those up. The bright reds, right? The people that have already exhibited buying behavior, the people that have already done keyword searches, right? Google and Facebook will be able to go outside of our 200 million people, which, again, is soon to be 260 million plus people. And that right there should tell you what, the type of company we are, right? We're not going to let grass grow under our feet, right? We're going to keep grinding. We're going to keep getting better because that's the only way to survive in a structural change, right? Dynamic value. Speed is the new big. All right, we're going to continue to evolve, and you're not with a company that has that mentality, that mindset, that understands exponential technology, that it doubles, right? I mean, your cell phone has gotten faster, your computer has gotten faster, and the speed at which it's gotten faster has gotten faster, right? Exponential technology. And it's just gonna keep getting bigger. Law of acceleration, right? We're building faster tools to build faster tools, right? So when you take your list and upload it to Google and say, hey, give me all the reds, right? They're going to give you more reds, right? They're going to provide you a very valuable and incredibly targeted lead. What you're essentially going to be able to do with that type of a list, that type of a lead, is because you own the targeting, right? You're not paying the big suppliers for the targeting. You'll essentially be able to out-target Facebook and Google at their own game because you wouldn't be paying retail for the targeting. So I'll leave you with this. I hope you've gotten value from this. I hope you've gotten education from these videos. I hope you see that not only are we knowledgeable, that we care about our customers. Now, whether you take the next step with us or not, regardless if you book a call with us, regardless if you do business with us, I hope whoever you do business with understands the definition of the word client. The definition of the word client means under the protection of. Even if you work with someone else, I hope they understand that definition, because if you work with us, we're going to not only help you, we're going to protect you. We will protect you from the 5 forces of competition that we talked about in previous videos. Now, what that means for us is we're not just going to tell you what you want to hear, right? I'm not here to be your friend. I'm not here to tell you what you want to hear just to earn your account, okay? You'd be coming to us for our level of experience, our level of expertise, and most importantly, because we will protect you. We're going to show you what you need to do to be successful in 2019. And it's not because we say so, right? Because it's the right thing to do, right? Technology, sensors, networks, Internet of Things, infinite computing power, machine learning. This is the way it's currently being done. And it's only going to get more competitive. Our mission and purpose is to relentlessly develop and deliver the best in-market, in-funnel, lookalike targeting leads possible by collecting and analyzing the largest, most diverse, real-time buying behavior. And we provide those in-market, in-funnel, lookalike match leads in the single best format that allows our clients the greatest leverage and the greatest advantage and the greatest utilization, meaning it's going to convert. It needs to convert, all right? All these tools will help you convert, and we do this for our clients. We do this to protect our clients for one reason and one reason only, to successfully compete for profit. We want to deliver profitable sales leads because today's marketplace is hyper competitive, and it's hyper competitive because it's data driven, and it's only going to get faster and more competitive, right? 17 billion sensor economy on its way to 1 trillion, and you need protection from that. And you could easily ignore it. It's fine. I mean, look, you could say it sounds like hype, and that's okay too. Go look at Kodak's revenue curve over the past 10 years, right? That's what they did. They ignored all the warning signs around them that a structural change was on the horizon. So I hope you can give us at least 10 minutes on the phone. I promise you 2 things. I will not take more than 10 minutes on the phone with you unless you want me to be there. And number 2, we're going to educate you even further than we have already. All right, have a great day. And even if we don't talk, I wish you all the best.